December 16th, about 8:45. December 16th, a Saturday. Behind Planter's Restaurant, not to be confused with the old Planter's House, Planter's Hotel, which was across the street. This structure was built in the 1830s, one of, if not the oldest, standing structure in Hannibal. And on the 1885 map it shows pretty clearly a privy back here, though finding it has been a challenge, and I don't know why. X marks the spot, and I couldn't seem to measure it out right. Yesterday I had that marked as the center of the hole, but as you can see I've readjusted it. I think I hit a wall, a stone, and when I probed that direction I hit what looked like virgin clay, and when I probed this direction towards me I seem to hit some sort of a trashy, ashy use layer. So with that all said, we, meaning my helpers in the truck, and Brandon, who's a much bigger help than my helpers in the truck, who should be showing up any minute, plan to poke this bad boy open. If it turns out to be as big as it is, it's got to be a 3-seater, maybe a 4-holer. Maybe a 4-holer. But it would have served the Adams Hotel, which is what the Planter's Restaurant used to be, at least in 1885. I think it was a number of offices and shops upstairs before that, in the earliest years. So anyway, that's the plan. I'm inclined to wait for Brandon to show up with his metal detector, because we were warned of a couple of gas lines back here somewhere. So, considering I'm on gas line probation, having broken one a couple of years ago, I don't care to break another one, because then they get real nasty about it. So, just in time to quit for the train. Yep. So, after only 3 hours of digging, only 3 hours, we got Brandon down there in the hole, shoveling away like a maniac, like his back is half my age. Oh yes, it is. And so far, we managed to open up a privy about 3 feet away from where the privy started. And most everything, what little there is broken. And what little there isn't broken isn't all that great. We got a shoe polish here, a slick medicine there, another slick medicine over here. And Brandon's pulling up pieces of something that looked like it would have been good. Is that a soda?
Hutch.
A Hutch.
Hutch piece.
So, at least we're starting to show a little bit better age. Here's the best bottle out of the hole. Dr. King's New Discovery. A $2 bottle on a bad day. $3 bottle on a good day. And Brandon looks confused. That's a rare shot. Okay, star date, December 16th. Almost dark. I have no idea what time it is. We've been digging on this lonely planet for hours, looking for the rare glacidium, a rare element in this part of the universe. As you can see, we've managed to strike a few examples, but nothing that's going to make this project pay off yet. Yep. So, we continue onward down the mystery pit of hell. I mean, Hope. Yes, that's a pit of hope. And believe it or not, there's a guy down there digging, but you just can't see him. Oh, there he is. That's Brandon, famous bottle digger from Quincy. He's the most famous bottle digger on the east side of the river, and I'm the most famous one on the west side of the river. At least within a 25-mile radius. Anyway, we have a lot of dirt to show for it. A lot of lime. Good God. One of the worst lime pits I've ever dug in. I'm usually happy to see lime. Not so much this time. So, we seem to have another layer under a strange floorboard. A wooden floorboard that drops down a few more feet with glass. So of course we have to come back tomorrow and figure it out and finish it out. That's it. Okay, so here we are, filling it in. And 1:30, so what the heck, we got a late start on this one.
10?
10:30. Took us a half hour just to put up the silly tarp. Anyway, we got a few interesting finds. Everything except for an ink. I don't think I saw a piece of an ink down there. We got whiskey, sodas, medicines, beer even. A rare Weiss beer. Well, rare to me. But no inks. And only one fruit jar that I was aware of. Unusual. Anyway, time to fill her in, move on. Well, alrighty, these were the keepers from the dig that Brandon and I did together in the alley behind the Planters restaurant hotel. This Weiss beer, I'm pretty 99% sure came out of the Broadway Spooky Hole dig. Reason it's in this video is it's exactly the same as the one that came out of the dig with me and Brandon, but the other one had a big lip slice out of it and found itself into another bottle collection somewhere. But basically the same thing, and apparently it's a fairly uncommon Weiss beer. A lot of them are pretty common. This one ain't. So it's amazing that I dug two of them in my short time here in the Midwest. This bad boy also came out of the Spooky Hole dig, but we dug a broken one of these. And Brandon's uncle, Digger Dave, said he dug one about 30 years ago and has never seen another one. I saw one in an antique mall a year or so ago for $700, and I just saw one at the St. Louis show earlier this month for about the same price. I think it's like, it was up there. Crazy price on them. But then again, they were only in business for like 1 or 2 years because it wasn't their main deal. Their main deal was saloon keeping. They even tried their hand at a pharmacy in Hannibal, but that didn't hold up too long. The one keeper bottle that did come out, Brandon dug this bad boy up and gave it to me for a Christmas present, which I thought was totally cool. All it's got is JHS on the base, which would have lined up with Joseph H. Skokonnect of the soda company, and looks a little bit earlier, you know. I wouldn't say a whole lot earlier, but I'm guessing pretty much the same general mid-1880s time frame. I'm just glad they decided to emboss their bottles on the side panel instead of just the base. Yeah, that base looks almost like a hinge mold. Matter of fact, I'm sure it is. way you can tell is this half of the circle is slightly raised as opposed to this, which would indicate it opened as a hinge there. But anyway, yeah, I thought that was pretty cool. We did dig up a broken hutch from Hannibal Imperial, which I knew they're out there, but I've never dug one up, broken or whole. Brandon found one broken, so you know, we were in a pit that had some good mid-1880s range to it. I'm sure these Weiss beers are smack dab in the middle of the 80s, at least this particular one. So there you have it. Okay, folks, it's video time with Brandon in the hole.
Well, I did find a perfectly intact.
Oh my!
Slide top, slick aqua bottle.
Oh God!
You know, but hey.
Clearly, we have not hit the
mother lode is definitely not in this.
The mother lode is evading us today. Before we got into it, we got an Omega oil, a slick little black bag vial, and who knows what, stethoscope and who knows. And then later we got this little, Brandon dug up this little J.B. Brown 1860s, early 70s medicine pharmacy bottle. And a whole lot of nothing ever since. Oh, except for now.
Slick.
Ah! I missed the sign that said Slick Corner. Oh God. Anyway, we've been at it for 4 hours. Feels like 10. Behind, oh, where are we? 314 and 316. I think it's 316, 318 now. Duplex that was built somewhere in the 1880s. After they tore down the old house, built at least by 1854, because it's on the 54 map. And that's what we were hoping for today, was a nice little Ponnell pit. But, you know, the fight has just begun.
You can move that bucket.
Oh.
Thank you.
And we have my helpers, although Taz was such a help I had to put her back in the truck. And Godiva can't cause us too much trouble because she's all tied to a tree. She thinks it's a dogwood tree. I disagree. But who am I to argue with a dog, you know? Yep. Well, alrighty. About 10:30, 10:45 on boy, there's a shadow for you. Looks like Pikes Peak guy hiking to Pikes Peak. Anyway, here to figure out what's going on with this hole, number 2 on the lot, behind 316, 318 North 5th, on a Sunday, March 8th, about 10:45, as I mentioned. And it's amazing I got here as early as I did because we set the clocks ahead last night. Yep, officially on daylight savings time. So I'm going to get to going on this because it's supposed to rain tomorrow and the dog won't quit barking. Nope. Well, after 2 hours of digging, I decided to fully expose this gas line just in case there's a cross line. So I think that's where I made the mistake when I actually broke the one line I've broken some years ago, which we like to forget. However, that's not going to happen. But I did start thinking there might be another service line that comes in that way. So I decided I better make sure before I keep digging that away that I'm not going to just absently plow into another line. That said, here's our big bad boy rock. God, it's so big I have to back off. It's like a whale. That thing was a beast. Oddly enough, there were no more rocks around it. That was it. And little pebbles compared to it. And so far, everything out of the hole except for this cool little toy tractor. Which isn't that cool. I almost got a hole slick, except the embossed side panel is missing. The embossed side panel is missing. There's something wrong with that statement. Anyway, everything else looks to be of the same age as where we left off yesterday. Though it's hard to tell because nothing is really bottle glass coming out except for there's an old, looks like part of an old decanter here. I think I got the other half right here. Another chunk to it. Wow. Anyway, it looked pretty old. Other than that, I'm at 5 foot. Almost. I mean, here's my, okay, 4.5 feet. Probe goes down another 3.5, which takes us to 8 feet deep. Feels like the bottom down there, but the natural soil around this thing is so soft, it's hard to tell. But I think I have at least figured out where the corner is back here. And if this isn't the corner back in this area, it's damn close. And there's a little crunchy down there, but boy, not really worth the effort so far, but you never know. And you know, it's only 1:45, so I got like 3 or 4 more hours I can put into this thing before I pass out or go to the hospital. one of the 3. I don't know what the third one is. Maybe be reasonable and quit sooner than later. And that might be it. That could be it. By golly. Well, not 15 minutes after my last video, I just had this little bad boy roll out on me. I think it came out of the fill, which, if that's the case, these C.P. Haywood pharmacies are early 1880s, as I recall, maybe late 70s. I know they're not 90s or anything like that. And this one's in perfect shape as far as I can see, no chips. And bonus, ding 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 ding, before this rolled out on me, I started to uncover an amber bottle. And it's not in the fill, it's down in the top of the use layer. So I'm anxious to get in there and see what the hell that's all about. Yeah. I'm taking the camera with me, so don't go away. Well, what I was hoping was going to be another Amber Brown's Bitters. Looks to be a beer from about the same era as the C.P. Haywood Pharmacy from Hannibal. Kind of 1880s style looking top. So I'm going to get to digging it out, and when I get close to pulling it out, I'll bring the phone back. The phone. The camera phone. The phone camera. The phony camera. Yeah, whatever. Well, as we like to say in the bottle digging world, two's better than one. We got a bonus bottle over here. I got wiggle free. And I'm guessing, I don't know what I'm guessing. I'm guessing it's got no writing. I'm guessing right so far. I'm guessing no writing. Boo-hoo. And I'm guessing my beer that's still down there has no writing too. But we shouldn't curse ourselves. No. No curse. Okay, we got her wiggled loose. Now we're going to wiggle her free. And it is a beer. Oh dear. But I think I cursed it. It doesn't look like there's any writing anywhere on it. Boo-hoo. Maybe on the shoulder. No, nothing. But it's got a funky old top. Oh well. Hey, beats what we started with yesterday. Yes, indeed. Well, my only reason for including this video is to confirm not all holes are created equal. This hole was so sadly lacking. And what's interesting is in the video it shows one of these guys, although I'm 99.9% sure I dug this one in a different hole. But in one part of the video it shows a complete one, but then in the still picture it shows I have one with a big hole in it, which I remember digging one where I stuck either my probe or my shovel through the shoulder. So I think Brandon got this one in the pick. Oh, well, one just like this one. And these are really cool. They don't come around very often. J.B. Brown, Hannibal with the Mo offset. Really kind of hard to see. This one's real cruddy. Which is real typical of 1860s, early 1870s stuff. The sodas were made the same way and all of that good stuff. This guy, super common, you know, you find them in 99% of the 1890s pits. Hoyt's German Cologne. Not even a 10-cent size or a sample size. Dr. Hebra's Ungoid. What it means, I don't know. I don't even know what a goid is. So I wouldn't know how to ungoid it. But it looks real similar. Matter of fact, I think I thought it was a Trask's magnetic ointment when I dug it up. And it's like, what the heck is this? And it's a pretty early looking bottle. I mean, I know the magnetic oil bottles come in Ponnold variations. This could have been a later competitor. It's got almost a flared lip. It's a wannabe flared lip. It's real flat on the top and thin all the way around. It just doesn't extend out very far. But coolest thing out of the hole, that's for certain. Yeah, nothing else came close. A lot of work for one half decent bottle, and we don't even know what it is.